Hey, what's going on there, cosplayers and YouTubers out there? Ryan Smith coming at you, collaborating over here with one of my good buddies.
I'm your 515, everyone. How's it going?
Alright, everyone's doing good. Now, we are the best YouTube channels out there.
Damn straight.
Almost out there. But, but anyway, so in my last video, like I said, we're going to be coming out with the top 20 tragic deaths in the universe. So again, we're going to be going through video games, movies, TV shows, and comic books. So if you guys are ready to actually see the top 20 through the calculations that we've done through multiple websites, guys, get ready, alright? Let's go.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Duh.
Number 20. Mickey Goldmill, which, if some of you don't know, is from AJN! Yes, that is Rocky. Now, he showed Rocky pretty much how to persevere in life, and showed how much he really cared for the Italian Stallion as well. And unfortunately, he met his demise in Rocky 3 thanks to Mr. T. Don't be a fool, stay in school.
Number 19.
J.T. York, if some of you don't know, is from the Canadian television show Degrassi. Now, he lasted 6 seasons on the show, and unfortunately, this gentleman was stabbed in the back in an altercation while he was walking to his car. Television show is a high school orientated crowd, and it's crazy for I would not want to go to this high school. But through the 6 seasons that he was on, he was one of the most loved characters in the show. So seeing his demise as well in the television show was unfortunate. Number 18.
Sarah from The Last of Us. Now, this one for me personally really hit me in the gut. I'd heard that, the game The Last of Us is just an emotional roller coaster, but the game doesn't pull any punches right from the start. Sarah, a little girl, dies in her father's arms at 12 years old. And before that, you just see her being an everyday kid, loving her single father. It's a very tragic scene, and one that's going to stay with us in gaming forever. Number 17.
The death of Superman. Unfortunately, if some of us know that he met his demise by Doomsday, he fell by defending his love, which was Lois Lane, and defending the city that has always been there for him. Number 16.
The first and the last line of defense. Captain America is an iconic American hero in comics, and it was a tragedy when he died through the mastermind manipulations of Red Skull when he was betrayed by the woman he loved. Number 15.
Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's first true love. Spider-Man already lost so much, so seeing this character fall just is a emotional rush, especially for the younger comic book readers out there. Number 14.
Lee from The Walking Dead, Season 1. Lee was a very interesting character. Right on the outset, you know that he's a murderer, but throughout the game, he has to care for a child, Clementine, whose parents are missing in the midst of the zombie apocalypse. Throughout the game, he bonds with Clementine and gives up everything to save her, even becoming one of the living dead. Clementine has to make the choice to put Lee out of his misery. It's a sad moment for gamers, and it's a sad moment for anyone who watches this scene. Number 13. Spock from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. When the Enterprise is facing near annihilation after a desperate battle against the villain Khan, Spock, without even giving a second thought, immediately jumps into action, saving the ship and the Enterprise crew. After exchanging a last few words with his best friend James T. Kirk, he dies from radiation poisoning. He'll always be remembered as a hero and a key figure in the Star Trek franchise.
Number 12. The Lion King's Mufasa, killed by his brother Scar over who should be the rightful king of Pride Rock. Scar even took the chance to murder his brother while Mufasa was with his son Simba. Now, this was one of the most gut-wrenching, saddest moments in a Disney movie. I cried, and not afraid to say it when I first seen this.
And I cried.
Number 11.
Rita Morgan from Dexter. During the final episode of Season 4 of Dexter, the viewers felt happy for Dexter as he triumphed over the Trinity serial killer and is now making amends with his wife and striving to become a better man for his family. However, he soon discovers that Trinity killed his wife before he was able to kill Trinity himself, leaving him to be the monster that he was born as and will always remain to be. Number 10! Morden, Mass Effect. In Mass Effect, a race known as the Krogan have been made genetically sterile by a race known as the Solarians. One Solarian scientist named Morden, who once led a project to ensure that the Krogan remained sterile, sacrifices his life to provide the Krogan with a cure and to give their race another chance in the galaxy. This scene in Mass Effect 3 was particularly devastating to me because to see a character racked with so much guilt over essentially the near genocide of an entire race, sacrificing himself to make sure that they have another chance, it really hit me, right in the gut, and it's a very memorable moment from gaming.
Number 9. Bambi's Mother. Now, this was a very emotional scene for myself and hopefully other viewers out there. Just seeing a family roaming through the woods without knowing there's any danger out there, with a split second, just like that, Bambi's mother dies, and now to see him transition to live all alone in this world, it really, really hits home for certain individuals.
Oi, it's number 8!
Martha and Thomas Wayne. Now, with the death of Bruce Wayne's parents, this is what made him become one of the most iconic superheroes in the entire universe and in all of comic books. Their death was necessary, but in reality, this is what tore Bruce Wayne apart and really broke his, not childhood, but character apart.
Number 7. John Marston, Red Dead Redemption. So, playing through Red Dead Redemption really was an experience, and finally bringing down the last of John Marston's old crew so he could be reunited with his family was a really heartwarming moment. And the last few missions of the game are you back on the farm with your family, bonding with your family as you try to get settled back into your normal life. However, the U.S. government sends its marshals and an army of troops to bring down the last member of the gang, John Marston. John Marston has a brave last stand against the U.S. Marshals and gives his life up so he could save his family.
Number 6. Hodor. Now, this was a jaw-dropping scene for me. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. And finding out his origin and in his final minutes of his life really makes you love this character even more. All that he went through his whole life, and he's still had the courage to protect his friends and to save his friends. And that's what makes his character so lovable.
Number 5. Walter White, Breaking Bad. Walter White was a very complicated man. On the one hand, he was a loving father. On the other hand, he was Heisenberg, the manipulative mastermind of the criminal underworld. It was still, however, sad to see Walt die, as he devotes his last days to making things right for his family and for the young man that he considered to be a son. Goodbye, Walter White. We'll miss you.
Number 4. Snape was a character that you could love to hate. You learn how much he actually cares about Harry, and also at the same time, he shows how much he hates his father. But ultimately, his love for Lily was too strong, and this makes him become a protector of Harry and also an honorable friend.
Number 3. Han Solo, Star Wars. It's Han Solo. What else can I say? If you grew up with the original Star Wars series, you love this character. He was witty, he was clever, He was a smartass. He got the princess. He was a cool guy. So seeing him in episode 7 die at the hands of his son Ben really was a sad moment. Even though you could kind of see it coming, it was still set up really well, and it really did hit me when I first saw it in theaters. And on that note, Han shot first!
Number 2.
Opie, member of the Sons of Anarchy. This is the only life and family he really knew. I mean, his wife was murdered, his father was murdered, and in the end, he gave his life for his crew and his best friend. This is a character that would leave a imprint on you, and also at the same time would leave you with a sad heart. Seeing him being murdered in prison in such a brutal and gruesome way, again, really leaves you with a sad heart.
Da 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 da.
Was that from SpongeBob?
Fuck! You were in it. Yes.
I'm trying to think of the fuck.
Number 1.
Jason Todd. Murdered by the iconic villain the Joker, Todd was tricked by the Joker by luring him to his biological mother, who would later on betray him. This leads up to the Joker beating him to the edge of death, and finally blowing up the building that he was left captive in. Now, the more I think about it, the more I feel sorry for Jason Todd's character and the situation that he was put through. And not only that, you have to think about how Batman felt. Now, pretty much Batman had been sent into a deep depression and forever onward consider Jason his greatest failure. I mean, he wanted to help the boy, save him from the harsh life and the streets that ultimately failed both Jason and failed Bruce Wayne as well. So this character has to be a number 1 in all categories, especially if you're a comic book lover. It really hits your heart, hits your soul, and again, it really makes you feel bad for this lovable character. Hey guys, great to see you back. I hope you enjoyed our
Top 20 most tragic deaths in the universe.
boom boom. Yeah, we had a great time doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Just remember to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Please don't forget to subscribe. We really appreciate you guys' views. This is Ryan Smith Cosplayer out.
And I'm your 515. You guys have a lovely day.
Appreciate it. See you guys later.
Peace.